If you want to become a modern alchemist, transmute one thing into something completely different, then you have to understand how this universe works. And I'm going to suggest to you that in these turbulent times, you've got to become a modern alchemist because you are bombarded, literally bombarded every single day by limiting frequencies. You are bombarded by information that tells you what you can't do and what you're not. You are bombarded by powers that want to keep you suppressed and oppressed. Am I right? And so you've got to be able to transmute those things. And that takes a lot of focus, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of work. It's not easy. It's not easy. Even when you teach this stuff, it's not easy. Hello, this is JamesArthurray. To become successful, wealthy, and fulfilled in today's disruptive world, you have to become a modern alchemist. Now, alchemy is about transmutation. Transmutation is defined as taking this thing and turning it into something completely different. That being said, let me give you a tip. Science tells us that we live in an electromagnetic universe. Electro is dynamic, magnetic is attractive. You with me? Now, we've been told that change your thinking, change your life. Well, not so fast. Because do you realize that your heart is 100 times more dynamic, active than your brain is? Even more profound, your heart is 5,000 times more magnetic, attractive than your brain is. So, where is it that you need to transmute? What is it you need to transmutate? Something to feel into. Have a masterful day. Hello, this is JamesArthurray. Do you want to have more success, wealth, and fulfillment in your life, your relationships, and your business? Then you have to practice modern alchemy. Why alchemy? Because alchemy is about transmutation. Transmutation is about taking one thing and turning it into something completely different. So here's a quick tip. Make one small improvement every single day. That's 365 small improvements over the course of a year. What could you do with 365 improvements over the course of a year? You see, small things done consistently in strategic places create major impact. Are you with me? You want to create big results? Then do small things well every single day. Get busy. Have a masterful day. Hello, this is JamesArthurray. To be successful, wealthy, and fulfilled in today's disruptive world, I'm going to suggest you have to become a modern alchemist. Now, alchemy is about transmutation. Transmutation is taking one thing and turning it into something completely different. Some concepts of alchemy are quite complex, others are pretty simple. Let me give you a simple tip. Stop asking the question, how? What do most people do? When they set a goal or an intention and they go after it, they say, how am I going to accomplish this? Science tells us that everything has a frequency or a vibration. How is the lowest vibratory rate in the entire spectrum. Because Steve Jobs didn't know how to build Apple until it was done. Nobody knows how until they've done it. Instead, ask the question what and why, and then you'll transmute inaction and pause and hesitation into action. Have a masterful day. Hello, this is JamesArthurray. Let's talk real quickly about becoming a modern alchemist. Now, alchemy is about transmutation. Transmutation is about taking what life gives you, one thing, and turn it into something completely different. That being said, here's a tip. Stop being afraid of being afraid. Are you with me? You know, my wife and I, Bersabeh and I, were at an event a couple of years ago, and someone on stage was being interviewed, and the question was asked, what are you afraid of? And the response was, I'm not afraid of anything, because if I find fear, I just hack it. I leaned over to my wife and I said, he's afraid of being afraid. Look, fear, everyone's afraid. Everyone experiences fear, and that's not a bad thing. What you want to be able to do is transmute fear into fuel. Fear can get you moving. Now, granted, a lot of fears are unwarranted and unnecessary. I'm not talking about those, but I'm talking about the fact that fear is a natural human experience. So stop being afraid of being afraid. Transmute fear into fuel. In other words, take what causes fear and get moving. Have a masterful day. Let's talk about turning chaos into order. You ready? Here's a tip called time alchemy. I can't tell you how frequently I hear, James, I don't have time. I don't have time to build a business. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to read. I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to study. Whatever. I don't have time. It's an excuse. The fact is, every single one of us has 168 hours a week. No exception. And let's say that you sleep 8 hours a night. That's 56 hours from that 168. Let's say that you work 40 hours. That still leaves 72 hours every single week for you to do something productive, for you to read, for you to study, for you to meditate, for you to work out, for you to pursue your dreams. The fact is, you do have time, and time has you. What are you going to do with it? Have a masterful day. Hello, this is jamesarthurray. To be wealthy, successful, and fulfilled in your life, your relationships, your business, you have to become a modern alchemist. Now, alchemy is about transmutation. Transmutation is about taking one thing and turning it into something completely different. That being said, here's a tip. Transmutate goodbyes into growth. You see, we tend to fool ourselves into thinking that we can grow, improve, transmutate our results without saying goodbye. It's just not true. To get a new job, you're going to have to say goodbye to your current job. To get a new body, you're going to have to say goodbye to a lot of your eating habits and lack of exercise. To say goodbye, or to get a new relationship, rather, you're going to have to say goodbye to the relationships that don't serve you. Change, growth, transmutation come with goodbyes. What is it you need to say goodbye to so that you can move to your next level of potential? Have a masterful day. Hello, this is jamesarthurray. To be wealthy, successful, and fulfilled in today's turbulent times, you have to become a modern alchemist. Now, an alchemist is all about transmutation. Transmutation is about taking one thing and turning it into something different. You with me? That being said, here's a tip. Transmute resistance into progress. Do you know that evolutionary biology proves that you grow the most through resistance? You grow through friction. You evolve and become bigger, better, and faster and stronger through pushing against the resistance. So transmute the resistance. Instead of trying to avoid it, embrace it and push against it and transmute it into progress. Progress equals fulfillment. Get busy. Hello, this is jamesarthurray. To become wealthy, successful, and fulfilled in today's disruptive world, we have to become modern alchemists. Now, alchemy is about transmutation. Transmutation is taking one thing and turning it into something completely different. That being said, here's a quick tip. Transmute socializing into networking. Do you realize that research proves that 79% of the most wealthy, successful, and fulfilled people on the planet network at least 5 hours a month? They don't socialize that much, but they network at least 5 hours a month. Now, what's the difference? Well, socializing is just social interaction without much purpose other than social interaction. Networking is still social interaction, but it's social interaction with a definite outcome and a purpose. You want to be more wealthy, successful, and fulfilled? Then transmutate your socializing into networking. Have a masterful day. Hello, this is jamesarthurray. If you want to be successful, wealthy, and fulfilled in today's disruptive world, you have to become a modern alchemist. Now, alchemy is about transmutation. Transmutation is taking one thing and turning it into something completely different. So here's a tip. Transmute sorrow into joy. Now, I know that sounds a little odd, but here's a fact. Sorrow digs the cup deeper so it can hold more joy. A shallow cup can't hold much. Are you with me? If you can't go into the pit and experience and embrace the pit, you'll never dance on the peak. If you can't walk through the dark, you'll never dance in the light. Avoid nothing embrace everything, and use everything. This is alchemy. Have a masterful day.